Dars, ¿qué significa acordarse?
To remember.
Recordar?
To remember.
All right, let's try this again. Hola and bienvenidos a otro episodio de Anytime Español. Today, we're going to talk about verbs that continue to confuse me, or at least I continue to use them wrong. So today we're going to talk about recordar and acordarse. Acordarse is a reflexive verb, so we always have to conjugate it. Me acuerdo, te acuerdas, se acuerda, and so on. Okay, number 2. Acordarse is always followed by de. It doesn't matter if you remember a noun or a verb. So, for example, we have me acuerdo de tu nombre. Me acuerdo de estudiar español todos los días. Okay, point number 3. Now remember that recordar is a transitive verb, and it's just a fancy way of saying it has to have a direct object. So think of it like recordar algo. So you have to remember, or recordar is more like recall something. Do you remember the joke my dad told you? ¿Recuerdas el chiste que mi papá te dijo? I remember the first time I tried to speak Spanish. Recuerdo la primera vez que intenté hablar español. My parents remember to visit my grandpa every Sunday. Mis papás recuerdan visitar a mi abuelo cada domingo. Okay, point 4. You can see in the few conjugations that we did that both verbs are stem-changing verbs. So in the stem, they'll change from O to UE. So acordar, me acuerdo. Recordar, recuerdo. And we should also take a second to remember that acordar without acordarse does not mean to remember, but it means to agree. And Spanish speakers don't really use acordar to agree. It's more the form estar de acuerdo, which leads us to our next one, that acuerdo is an agreement that comes from acordar. And recuerdo is memory, which comes from recordar. Nosotros dos queremos comida italiana y nos pusimos de acuerdo a dónde vamos. Tengo muchos recuerdos jugando con mi hermano cuando era niño. And lastly, recordar can be to remind or to be reminded of something. But when we use it with a person, it has to be recordar a alguien. But if it's not a person, we don't need the a. Let's see these examples. Esta canción me recuerda a mi maestro del coro. Esta canción me recuerda nuestra primera Navidad juntos. And you'll also hear it a lot used as a command like, hey, remind me I need to do this. Recuérdame, necesito hacer eso. Okay, I hope that clears up these two very confusing words and we can all start to use them correctly. And watch this video too to help improve your Spanish. Hasta luego.